So when people wake up in the morning, most often they ask themselves the question, what am I going to wear today? Actually, a lot of people have that issue. If school uniforms were issued in schools across the nation, thousands of kids would not have that issue in the morning. Today, I will discuss how some news articles, the National Association of Elementary School Principals, and schooluniformpros-and-cons.org gave helpful information about why school uniforms are better than normal clothes in school. I will also talk about the cost difference and emotional issues between school uniforms and normal clothes. First, I want to point out that school uniforms in the long run will save families a lot of money than normal clothes, and this is for an entire year. According to Matt Boozing's article, Case Closed, Uniforms Cost Less, the average 10-year-old's back-to-school shopping and apparel will cost around $700. Now, the average 10-year-old's back-to-school apparel for school uniforms will only cost between $150 and $250. As you can see, that is a big price difference. Now, let's put it a little more into perspective. Statistics show, again, that an average 10-year-old's back-to-school apparel will cost around $700. That's just for back to school. When school begins, it's early summer, or late summer, early fall, and so most kids are still wearing shorts, tank tops, jeans, t-shirts, things like that. Now, when the cool weather of fall and winter comes around, kids are going to need even more clothes, warmer clothes. So that's even more money added to the expenses of school clothes. Now, the average school student who wears school uniforms will maybe spend money on buying, say, 4 to 5 school shirts, 3 to 4 pairs of pants, and obviously a pair of school shoes and some socks. I have with me today some examples of some school uniforms, a shirt, and a pair of pants. Now, when the winter time comes around for school uniforms, students could buy an issued school sweatshirt or a school sweater. As you can see, that's already less clothes and less money spent for school uniforms. And all of this together will last for an entire year, unlike normal clothes for a normal student. As you can already see, school uniforms are looking a little better than normal clothes and cost obviously a lot less. All right, now moving on to the emotional side of school uniforms. Most kids want to be the cool kids on campus and wear those name brand clothes such as, Nike and Under Armour, etc. However, most families actually can't afford all those name brand clothes. This is where bullying and the peer pressure starts to come into play at school. Almost every school has some form of bullying at one point or another. However, the NAESP, National Association of School Principals, their surveys show that 64% of schools have seen decreasing numbers in bullying since school uniforms have been issued. Now, along with these decreasing numbers in bullying, they have seen many improvements based on school uniforms. The NAESP says the following areas have seen major improvements: classroom discipline, school pride, attendance, and student achievement. Teachers in a variety of schools says that with school uniforms, students are more focused on their schoolwork and wanting to achieve. However, without school uniforms, students are more focused on, oh, what's he wearing, or what kind of clothes is she wearing today? And then the question pops up, oh, well, they look better. Are they better than me? With school uniforms, everyone is equal, and the question will hardly arise, oh, they're better than me. As you can see, there are a lot more pros than cons take away a person's sense to express themselves. Now, many school uniforms make people feel as if they are in prison, perhaps. At least that's what some students have said. However, not all schools have the same dress code. Some schools may be a little stricter, like this, and say you have to wear blue pants or skirt, a white shirt with a crest. However, there are other schools who say, oh, you can wear khaki pants and any color of polo shirt as long as it has a collar and buttons. So not all schools are like prison in a way. Now, today I talked about the emotional side of school uniforms and the cost difference. I hope that I made you all realize that even though some students may complain about school uniforms, even parents may complain about school uniforms, they really are better in the long run than normal clothes. I hope you take what I said today and maybe take the idea to your school or your child's school and say, hey, maybe school uniforms would be a good idea, unless your school already has school uniforms like me. Thank you.